would like to welcome Oliver Betschart to the Buttefield Bermuda Championship interview room. Oliver, welcome. You're probably as nervous as I am. I mean, this is probably something you're not used to. Thanks for joining us. Your PGA Tour debut after qualifying through the local qualifier, just what has the experience been like this week once you've gotten on site so far?
I mean, it's a lot of practice and trying not to tire myself out too much now leading up to Thursday. But, trying to stay focused and doing a lot of visualization and mental training now, getting ready for the tournament.
When the tournament starts, what sort of expectation do you have about how the week will go, in your mind?
I'm trying not to look too far ahead into the future, so I mean it's just kind of focusing on that first tee shot on Thursday, but I mean just kind of staying focused and staying in the moment.
I imagine you've played this golf course many times. Do you kind of have a favorite hole that fits your eye, or a hole that you're sort of uncomfortable on?
For favorite hole, I'd probably say number 3, the short par 3 on this course, but not for anything, special reasons like view or anything like that. It's all just kind of in my memory. That's where I decided where I want to play golf for my life. I had my first hole-in-one there when I was 7 years old, so that kind of just stuck in my memory, and that was the turning point for me. Least favorite hole, don't really have one, just play every hole, how I want to.
So I believe on Tuesday you had a practice round with a couple of veterans on the PGA Tour, Ben Crane and Stuart Sink.
Yeah.
How was that experience? What did you talk to them about? What did you learn from them?
I mean, playing with them was a great experience, and we had a lot of fun and talked a lot. And Ben was talking about putting a lot. How he uses his level to read putts on the practice green, and he trains like that. So I'll probably after the tournament get into that a bit more. To take some stuff away from him and learn from the best in the game.
Did you ask them specifically for, what advice can you give me, or anything like that?
I mean, I asked a little bit what they do about mental training and stuff, and I mean, they said as well just a lot of visualization and just kind of focusing on next shot. Don't focus in the past, don't focus in the future, just stay in the present moment.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Oliver, I'm Patrick B., freelance writer. Well, of course, you're a teenager, and you've made it into an elite level of competition. How has your celebrity status gone over with your teenage friends and stuff like that?
I mean, I'm not trying to get too hung up on that, just staying social, not feeling entitled or anything, just staying very calm and enjoying hanging out with friends still. Nothing's going to change really.
But the chatter surrounding you must have magnified somewhat.
Yeah, I mean, my support has definitely grew, and I'm very thankful for that. And anybody who can come out this week also to watch and support me and the PGA would be amazing.
Okay. Now you're entering a competition again. It's a high-level competition with some big hitters and some really great players and stuff. Yards, distance, and all of the other levels of skill that's required. How do you stay within yourself and maintain your game and not get caught up with what they're doing?
I mean, it's just I gotta focus on myself and playing against the course, not against my competitors. Really, just playing my game, doing everything that I can. I realize that all the players out here probably outdrive me from anywhere between 70 to 30 yards. So I mean, I gotta apply the other strengths of my game.
Julie Matthews-Betschart from Bermuda Broadcasting. We're going to talk later, but. Last year, I believe you missed qualifying by one shot. What's changed over the course of this past year?
I mean, just a lot, not much, but I mean, I've been just practicing a lot more and training with mental coaches. My mental game has definitely improved since last year, and obviously getting a bit more length now definitely helps with my performance on the course. and I'd say it's a different atmosphere as well, to be in this amazing event here and to be able to compete on home soil.
Does this add to your level of nervousness, knowing that you're now with the big boys?
Of course, a little bit. It's nerves are, they're meant to be there. It just means that it's you care about it. I don't think nerves are a bad thing. It's going to happen, obviously. This is the big stage here, and you're out here to play and have fun.
What do you think the biggest challenge of this particular course is?
For Port Royal, it's all in the wind. It's a tricky course, but when that wind picks up, it just becomes so much more difficult. And I think that's what the players out here are going to have to look for now and focus on wind.
Do you think you have a bit of a home field advantage?
Of course, yeah. I've played this course over thousands of times now, so I know a bit more strategy, and me and my coach, David Ogren, have gone over this as well. It's just, I definitely have a bit of an advantage now, having played the course a bunch of times, and I just play my game, play how I've been doing now for the last few years. Yeah.
Okay, all the best.
Way up there. Colin Thompson, Royal Gazette Bermuda. Oliver, here we are. Everyone's pretty much ticked all the boxes. The only question I have, what's it like, getting the opportunity to pair off with your compatriot Michael Sims?
Oh yeah, Michael, he's definitely a nice guy. I love playing with him. I've played with him a bunch of times before, and also playing with Andy Zhang. It's going to be a great experience as well. A lot of these guys have experience and knowledge that I will learn from and just enjoy the experience.
I know the adrenaline's rushing and, all the hype and buzz and all that. And you get up on that tee box, having Sims there, does that help any bit mentally? Settle it down a bit?
I'm trying not to focus too much on, my playing partners or competitors or anything like that, just stay in my game. But, being able to have a familiar face around will definitely lighten the nerves a little bit.
Great stuff. Congratulations again and best luck.
Thank you.
So, Oliver, you mentioned Andy. He was 14, I think, when he first played his first PGA Tour event in the US Open. You're 15. You're very unique because not many guys age 15 in the last 10 years have played in a PGA Tour event, I think one other. Do you feel like a celebrity this week? And you've got David as your caddy, David Ogren, as you mentioned. Yeah. He's a veteran out here. He's known a lot of players. Have players come up to you and been curious and asked you questions as a 15-year-old? How does it feel?
A couple of players have come up and just introduced themselves, and we've talked a bunch. And also last night I got introduced to Brendan Todd, which was amazing. We did a press conference at the Hamilton Princess. And, all these guys are very humble and very nice to talk to.
Did you pick Brendan's brain at all and ask him any questions? What did he tell you?
We talked a bit about the golf course and, about what we think of different holes. And we both agreed that 16 is definitely the hardest hole. Wind or no wind, it is very tricky from back on those tees.
Like for those maybe a little less familiar with your game, where would you explain where your strengths are in your game?
At the moment, I'd say putting is my strength. I switched to a brand called My Putter about 5 months ago, and ever since then my scores have been going from a couple over to a few under now, so that's definitely the strong part of my game.
We're in the 5th year of this event. Do you ever come out as a fan, and if so, do you have any specific memories coming out and watching?
I've been now volunteering and caddying and also helping out the PGA staff over the years. So, it hasn't been a lot of time to just go out and watch, but when I have, just follow around the best players, just learn from their practice routines to what they're, how long they're taking with their caddies and just a bit of everything. And then also on the driving range, what they're doing as warm-up. And, I've seen that they're doing a lot of stretching and, when they're on the driving range getting ready for the tournament.
Speaking of that, your involvement in the tournament in different roles in the last 5 years, you had a great little Instagram post with your badges from each of the years, and now you've got one as a player, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you come up with that on your own? Did you just kind of see those things and go click that together? Or?
That was actually my mom. She's managing most of my social media at the moment, and she had a great idea, and I thought so as well, so we went along with it. Yeah.
Smart kid. You got to always listen to your mom.
Speaking to items of significance, I noticed this unique bracelet on your left wrist, and I think I overheard an interview with you and Colin on Up Close where you talked about that being somewhat significant. Can you speak to that and how it keeps you focused throughout your round?
Yeah, I mean, my sister made it before the qualifier. It says next shot on it. And it's just kind of a reminder to me, don't focus on anything else except the shot that I have in the present moment. That's all from that. It's just a reminder.
All right. Thanks, Oliver. We appreciate
Thank you
your
very
time.
much.
Good luck this week.
Thank you.